Hello everybody, I am Baltmatrix, and today we are taking a look at Optimus Prime and Bumblebee from Transformers Legacy Evolution. I picked this set up over at the Hasbro Pulse. This set is a Legends class Optimus Prime with trailer and Bumblebee. Let's open them up and take a look. Straight out of the packaging, I love the way these two figures look. I think the paint is spot on. Bumblebee's yellow is absolutely fantastic, and the color matching along the figure, the entirety of the figure, is pretty much spot on, and the powder blue windows are a nice touch. I don't particularly care for the gray wheels, but that color scheme does go better with the yellow and then the bumpers that are on the figure. Prime, meanwhile, is very nice in the bright red with the bright white and the bright blue, and then the powder blue for the windshield. And then the trailer is a very nice looking trailer. It's very, very well colored, and the gray is perfect. Plus the blue on the back matches the blue on Prime. However, the tires are unpainted where the hubcaps are unpainted there on the back where they're painted on Prime. It would have been nice if they were painted. One major complaint that I had is as soon as I got the thing out of the box, I noticed that the peg here was just much too big to sit on or peg into Prime as he stood, or default Prime. There is this large adapter piece which goes on the back of the figure that you absolutely have to have in order to get the trailer to hitch to him. Otherwise, the little peg hole that's back here is much too small for the larger peg. Now, just like the other Prime figures that we've gotten a look at that have trailers, this one, well, it's got the little stand that folds down, which is nice. Prime's transformation is exactly the same as what we've looked at in the past recently. Unpeg the leg or unpeg the rear of the vehicle mode, swing the sides or shoulders out, flip out the hands and snap them into place, grab the entire front of the vehicle mode and flip that whole section around, and it's supposed to peg into these tiny little peg holes that are in the front of the grille, and it doesn't always go, but we'll fix that later. Take the entire top of the vehicle mode, twist it around, fold the hips down, and peg them into place. Come to the top of the vehicle mode, flip out that panel, and then get your finger in there and flip up the head. And then just clean them up and we're done. Unlike other versions of this mold that I have already reviewed, the back on this does not peg in or stay quite right, and I think that's because of the white nylon plastic. And yes, it is that weird white nylon plastic. Posability is okay, head is on a swivel, ball joint in the shoulder, ball joint in the elbow, hinge joint in the wrist for the transformation, ball joint in the hip, ball joint in the knee, no foot articulation. And he does come with a couple of accessories. We'll cover that when we get into the base mode. Bumblebee's transformation is pretty fun. Come to the sides and first push out the doors, and that will show you the fists. Then we could come down and fold out the legs, that is the front of the vehicle mode, flip up these little panels on the hood, and then stand the figure up thusly, bring the hips forward and snap them into place underneath the windscreen. Come to the back of the vehicle mode and flip up this back panel. Come to the wheel wells, unpeg them, and then flip them all the way up like that. So unpeg the wheel well from the front door, which is a lot harder to do than you might think, even at this size class. And flip that up. Then that will free up the wheels themselves, and they will flip out. And be careful, because I keep popping these ball joints off. I just keep popping them off. And then take the entire back of the vehicle mode and flip it around to expose the robot head, and that whole back piece should snap into place along the back like that. And then just fold all this stuff back here and just leave it back there, and then there is the Bumblebee. This is the first time I'm getting a hold of this mold for Bumblebee, and it's okay. It's fine. There's nothing really great happening here. The transformation is pretty fun, but a little bit fidgety. Head sculpt is pretty good with that face being painted and those eyes being painted. That is definitely a G1 Bumblebee. Head is on a swivel, though it's kind of tight on mine. There is ball joint in the shoulder, ball joint in the elbow. Be careful. Both of these ball joints pop off very easily. There is no torso articulation because of the transformation. There is a ball joint in the hip, hinge joint at the knee, and there is a foot joint for the transformation along with a sub shin joint. So you can get some interesting poses out of this little guy. Prime and Bumblebee are Legends class figures, so they are pretty small, but here is Studio Series Legends class Ironhide next to them, so you can see that, well, pretty much all of the figures at this size class are the same, except Prime is just a wee bit bigger. Now let's talk some accessories. First, we've got Prime's little hitch that can then double as a shield. So there is this peg hole in the shield itself, and that can peg into either his arm when the fist is folded out, or fold the fist in and then peg the shield in, and he's got a riot shield that he can just hold up like that. And then the other accessories are inside the trailer. So the little drop gate opens up, and we have one tough little Autobot. We have the tiny little roller. Oh my god. Look at this little thing. It's so cute. It's so cute. 6 wheels. They all roll. And he's got little seats. Underside, he's just held together with 2 screws. And it's like he should be able to peg in somewhere, but he can't. And then, now I realize I've just got a big gun, but any 5mm weapon can fit up there. Oh, it's so cute and deadly. I love it. And speaking of cute, the trailer itself opens up, and it is, hey, look at that. It's Prime's trailer. And Prime has an axe, an Energon axe, and it is cast in blue and then painted in orangish yellow. It works. I do like it. Then here is Prime's ion cannon, and it again is painted in blue. Or I'm sorry, cast in blue, painted in black. And then we have Bumblebee's little gun right here, which he can hold. And arming up these 2 bots, they look good, except Bumblebee. I don't think Bumblebee can even hold the gun all that well. I can't get it down any farther in his hand. But Prime with the axe and his gun, he looks pretty darn good. Now, the trailer. It has some more gimmicks to it, so we'll get the figures out of the way. And this trailer can do everything that the G1 trailer can do. It even can, well, except it can break or snap apart. The G1 trailer can't do that, so we got to get that pegged back on. And it's got that little tiny little robot up in here, and the robot has a grabby claw that the claw doesn't actually work. And then it's got the little sensor array, and that is very cool. It's so cute. And something else that it can do is you could fold the entire section up, fold that closed, and then that will peg into place, and you could put the trailer section up like that, and it can act as a battle platform. Or you can open it up and have that thing sticking up at the top, and it can be a repair bay like the original toy was. Or, like you saw me pop this off, and then this little thing can peg on top of a roller, and it can roll around as its own little transformer, causing havoc and chaos and stuff. This is my favorite part of it. The fact that this little roller can combine with the trailer, this is my favorite part. The fact that the little drone bit can combine with roller, that's so nice. I love that. I really wish the third parties would, give us a trailer that has this little guy transform and then could combine with roller. That'd be nice. Now, when everything's deployed like this, the little riot shield does peg into the inside of the trailer nicely, so I do appreciate that touch. And like the original Generation 1 figure, you can put him in there and have him be repaired. Sure, repaired. Okay, one last trick the trailer can do is take the little robot bit, unpeg it, and then flip it up, close that, and then take your little robot friend, and there are 2 pegs holes up at the top of the trailer. Peg that little guy in up there. It's not the tightest peg. Flip up the little hinge and attach this to roller, and it's a very loose attachment, and roller can drive around the trailer for you. Nice. Close up the trailer and drop a roller inside. Unfortunately, there's no way to, get him pegged in there or anything, so he rattles around a little bit. I think this set is cute. I really do. I like it. I do wish the Prime figure actually held together the same way that all the other versions of this mold does. I just don't get it. Maybe it's mold degradation, or maybe it's just the fact that the white nylon plastic is more problematic than Hasbro would like to admit. But it's a good design. It really is a good design for this figure, except this back part. I just don't like it. But that's just me. That's a personal thing and a personal grievance. But otherwise, it works well. Yeah, the only other thing I don't like is needing a spacer. I mean, it's effectively a shiv in order to get the trailer to connect. And even then, it's loose. So there's that. Bumblebee, on the other hand, I do not care for this Bumblebee figure. It's not great, but I guess that's the best Hasbro could do at this size class and this price point. This whole set is $40. And that is a little high for what you're getting, but it could be worse. It really could be. They could be trying to sell you something for, they could try to be selling you this for like $70. That would be ridiculous. I wouldn't put it past them, but it would be ridiculous. I don't like the way this Bumblebee figure feels. Prime feels solid, except for the fact that his leg, the thing doesn't peg into the back. Bumblebee, on the other hand, not so much. Bumblebee feels a little bit slapdash. And I could not find if this was a Bumblebee figure that's already been released. I thought that this was a Bumblebee figure that came with Spike in a Target exclusive Bumblebee, Buzzworthy Bumblebee set. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if you think that's correct, or if it came from somewhere else. But should you pick this set up? Sure, but pick it up if it's on sale. Oh, and yes, the Bumblebee figure, you can store the gun underneath, though getting it to peg in is a bit of a problem, though you do end up with an exhaust pipe. So, again, I suggest wait for a sale, pick it up then if you're interested. Otherwise, you could pass on it. There are other figures that are more fun and more intricate for you to pick up. So, folks, let me know what you think of this set down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Baltmatrix, and I will catch you all next time.